because we're just going to be a bit relaxed and talking about just having a discussion and talking about some of the things that in the campaign I've been working on that I know are important, that you need to hear about, and also to remind you why I do what I do. Some of you don't realize that this life is so important, that you take your own essence as if it has no value. And that's really concerning for those of us who get our value and purpose. Because the fact that you see yourself so little, so small, it affects what we can get done. And so you ought not do that. You're hurting our ability to get things done. Love is a powerful force. And we have to. We have no choice. Getting in touch with our roots, our human roots, it's the only way. Anything else just won't work. We've tried it all. We've done it. It fails every time. We know that this is the right way to go. That's why I'm on this path. Being a happy healer for me is realizing what I am supposed to do, and in that moment doing it. I do it with courage. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm focused on what I'm doing out of love. It makes it clear. And the fact that nobody else is using that honest broker of truth in their love, it makes my candidacy a unique one in a time when it's needed the most. That's why I take my own candidacy seriously. That's why I'm taking the effort to learn about the media and about the entire Happy Healer apparatus, because it's all about love and passion and coming together based on those passions. And realizing that together, based on passion and love, we can accomplish so much, because that is what being inspired is. Using our passion and love. We're going to do that. It's going to be great. So today's date is August 28th. Time now is about 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Happy Healer local time as I like to call it. And we also have here a storm brewing, Hurricane Dorian. In addition to our normal Happy Healer funding, which we need desperately, and I ask you to get involved and help, and call me directly. The phone number, we put it out there, is 407-984-5075. We have to organize. I would love to put a rally together in Orlando where we can talk about this campaign and talk to people about getting involved. They're ready to get involved. They're ready to do their part. And I'll see them through it. I'll show them through it. And I'll never stop showing them through it. And I will just lead that way, because I know that nobody else in this time when it's needed most is doing it. We have to take this time. We have to take this measure. I want you to now, with me, go on a journey in the mind. Think about it. A journey in the mind. Think about where we came from. Think about all that. Think about where humanity was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Are you having those flashes? Because I am. I know those years. I have studied them. Know what our history is, where we have come from. Learn about World War II and what's likely to cause World War III, and learn about the Cold War, know about the Berlin Wall and what that meant. You have to know this stuff, folks, or you're not prepared to lead, and you're not prepared to love. You have to know about humanity. Take time. Understand the different perceptions within the American experience and that they are entirely different. Understand those differences. Respect those people. Love them. There are so many people in that number of people that represent the American people, all of the many different perceptions that we live by in this country. It is the two Americas, and there are a lot more than two Americas if you want to look at it like that, because we have got so many different perceptions by which people are learning from and doing, and the things they do that they live their lives by, that they learn, they're not always right, and we have to show them, and we have to do it with love or we never make it through. We have to do it with care, and we have to show them every day. We have to keep to that fight. We have to have a badge of courage and an honor of will. We have to stay in that fight and never give up. That's what being a happy healer is. And I love. It's the right force to get things done in. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow's going to be Thursday. We've got this hurricane moving fast. Hurricane Dorian is going to be here, right here, on Monday at 2 p.m. If the forecast does not change, it doesn't look like it's going to change. It seems like it's staying put. I say to my friends and family, people that are in mobile homes, and people that are on the coast, take it seriously. A Category 3 is a serious storm. It's a very serious storm. And so we'll be having storm surge, and this is a pretty wide storm as well, and unless it changes course, it's coming directly for Central Florida. So be prepared. Many of us are still picking up from Hurricane Irma. That hell that was brought upon us, we need not all this hell, because love actually helps us prepare, and then after the storm picks up fast. And that's the government your happy healer is going to deliver upon. Because that's how love does it. It gets it done. It knows what's important. It doesn't spend half of our resources in accounting, and then the other quarter that's left of that in trying to figure out and justify how not to do things. That's what greed does. The one size fits all that ends up fitting no sizes at all is how greed works. They just like to show that they had an expense. That's all they ever need, and most of that is corruption. So let's be honest with ourselves, and let's say it's time that love ought to win, that it ought to be in the room too when the big decisions are being made. And those decisions will be a lot better for America and in your own life. Happy healer decisions actually are ground in solid common sense and the truth of our world, and just the way it's presented to us with all of the truths around us. It's great to have something, a system by which you can live and love and to be able to prosper in life that only gives and gives and gives more, and that it provides as well, but for the providing one need not take, because it's constantly giving so much. And that when you have the system of the feedback loop of love and force, you have a powerful system and force, my fellow Americans. So true. And that is a completely self-sustaining force that when you feed it with will, it comes back. It comes back. And it comes back in an automatic way. Love is a reaction as well as an action. That's the beauty about it. You can decide to love and change your world, and as a reaction, it all comes back to you. And it was a decision the entire time, and it's the great decision of our time. People are fighting between themselves a battle of good and evil, but it was never about good and evil. It was always about love and hate. And right now, this country is hating so hard, it's hating itself and everything on the outside too. And unfortunately, It's the way our man Trump wins. And I love him. I love all. But we have to acknowledge that. And to my fellow Democrats, I say, put me as the Democratic nominee, because I can hold our president accountable to the health care he said he was going to provide and then did not. And he said it didn't cost him votes or whatever. It doesn't matter. He's going to get it done. Indeed, it would have been the right thing to do. And he failed. I lost my brother in his 40s from the drug epidemic and also from lack of health care. He finally got his help and then he died. That's what's happening to Americans. My sister-in-law and so many other people, all gone. How is that okay? We have to talk to ourselves. We have to have a serious conversation with self. It has to be with the honest broker of truth within self, and it must be about love and what is right. And ultimately speaking, you can't serve your greater self unless you serve everyone else too. It's the truth. It's just the way it works. It's God's truth. It's the world around us. It's just so true. That's why sometimes I say, and I do mean, you ought to be good to me, and I'll be good to you always. There is a source on the other side. Many of us, we're very connected, on this side and that side, and we recognize it. How connected? We speak in facts. We know that we're something special. We're here. And we feel that connection, that love, it binds us. We are so connected. And some of us, we try to pretend that we're independent. What is to be independent? It's a fake idea. It lends notion and credit to the notion that you somehow are self-made, but you are not. You rely on all of your human brethren the entire way through, and invention, and so much more, and it all comes through human endeavor, human love, human passion. The only thing that ever creates anything is love. And greed comes and takes it all, and it accounts for everything and leaves nothing. I'm tired of it, and many of us are. Because we could do so much better, and we're failing to do our very best. Because in that world of accounting, we're losing minutes and hours and days of our life of people who matter. And that love comes with trust, and trust comes with love. It's a two-way thing, and we can get so much more done in that world. People get credit for their effort by their fellow man. This is the truth, and it's the almighty truth. It's the truth that works, but you have to tap into it. And that's why I'm running for president, because nobody is choosing that option. They're not even allowing it to be an option. And in my campaign, it is the option, and it gets us away from this civil war. It gets us onto a life worth living, a life we all deserve to have. And I plead with you, my fellow Americans, and all of my happy healers, we deserve better. We want better. And we know we can have better. How did we even get to this place? So many people, and they're just at each other's throats. My goodness, and the hate. I say, don't hate me, I love you. You can't hate somebody that loves you, unless it's fake hate. And then it's fake. I did nothing to you. I want the best for all of us. This is what is best. It's love, and that allows us to handle our problems too. And that nobody else is taking this initiative and talking about these things. The only plan they ever have is to keep us in the greed and to accept it, and therefore not be able to talk about these issues in a way that fully and truly and completely solves them, like racism and abortion and many of these things. We can't talk about it because we don't put humanity over capitalism. We literally have greed over humanity, and we can't make it work like that, my fellow Americans, I contend. And that yet in this campaign and at this time, this juncture of time in history, we can come together as Americans, and we can make a new future that we all get involved in and participate in and make a better future for our children in. And we carry on and fight and know that when we fall, we get back up again and again and again, because we know that true heroism is not defined by those who fall but didn't fall. It's defined by those who fall and they fell. But yet they rose again and again and again, and every time they're back again with that love, because that's the power of love, and that's what we're using in our campaign. It's that love. It works, and it delivers. So we have our campaign paperwork in. We know that that is the opening folly for us in many ways, for many people. Because up and until then, it was a media apparatus focused on running for president for the right reasons and making a declaration and building a basis by which people can hear about the message and can get involved and know what to do to get involved. But other than that, it is not being on their roll calls, where the legal aspect of running for president of this country starts. And so now that that is done, the people can actually rest assured, and we are still pushing our campaign forward. And let me tell you, you matter in this campaign. I have a role for each and every person, and you make your own role too. You see, we are innovative. Love is a powerful force. It figures things out and it fills needs. It gets things done for now. It comes back and does better later. That's the way love does. It doesn't accept an excuse to say we cannot do. It says we will do, and we will do again and again and again, because we love. And we have purpose and value and truth to recognize in that love. That's so important to know that. So we have this stuff in. We know it's going to take a lot more effort to get on to the different programs. Maybe this might make the difference. The fact that we've actually put our name in the hat. Think about that. Our name is in the hat now. It wasn't in the hat except for our declaration, which should have been in the hat enough for anybody who's a red-blooded American that believes in this country. But for some, that's not enough. And that's understandable, because really you don't know someone's intentions or what they are doing. Well, we're in the hat now. So go ahead and check that out if you like, but we are in the hat, or we are going in the hat soon enough. They received it today, or it was sent today, so we'll see, and I'll keep you guys posted up with that. And then of course that'll be sending in, because we've got more people joining the campaign and taking on different roles, but that takes more due process and it takes more time. And time is one of the things that we can't let get lost. Because if we let all that time go by and we don't get this kind of stuff done, then we're going to lose the time clock. You know, you only have so much time to get on these kinds of things. And I think now is a great time. I think it's a great time to get interviewed by CNN if we can get on these different stations. It's a great time to get interviewed by MSNBC. And that I've been also revising my language. The way I talked as a private citizen, because I never intended to run, is changed compared to the way I talk as a candidate. And that I'm essentially me. I'll always be me. And that I love. and that I am your happy healer, and that to the center of it is who I am and who you're getting on this with this campaign and this candidacy. But there's other parts of me too. I haven't put that to bed. It's just that I brought out this part with me too, and that I am focused on you, and that right now we have to be focused on this, and that through it all we learn how to become ourselves and how to express ourselves. There's no part of us that need be kept down when you have a loving heart. Every last bit of you is about the right energy. That allows you to fully participate in humanity in ways that you are designed to do so. Trust me. Trust in your happy healer when I say that is the key to happiness, is love. And that you have animosities or people that did you wrong, the world that teaches you how to think a certain way, it doesn't give you another way of solving problems, and that this isn't even what Jesus teaches. He teaches turn the other cheek. But truly when you get down into love and you know that what love means, and you are breaking apart that gift that is, then you realize the secrets within, and they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. I hope you really do start to dissect love and let it work in your life. It'll change your life. You have to start with loving yourself. Allow me, I am your happy healer. Come with me, grab my hand. Let me take you on this journey of love. Let me do it as your president, and we'll take the whole country on that journey too. We'll make it a great journey, and they'll want to be on this journey of love. That's what we're built to do. Come with me. Come with me. With my heart. Trust in my heart. You know that energy and how real it is. And that we have the choice to do bad, but we have that choice to do good. And that is a choice. Love is a choice. It's a choice. That's a beautiful thing. That means we have always had the power. We have always had the power. It's a choice. It's so promising. It's a choice. Love is a choice. Love. The reaction of love. That's more involuntary. But that's the way love gives its best. You start loving. You choose to love. And you choose to have love work for you in your life. It has made me a shining 40-year-old. I feel like a child in so many ways. I hope and dream. And I learn. I want to learn so much. I matter so much. I see my worth and value. I'm allowed to love me. That's our self-determination at work, folks. We talk about that, but we don't know how to put it in practice because we failed to love ourselves. We started to think that it was that hate and greed that was more about that self-determination, but it was not. It's the dirty lie. It's a dreadful, dirty lie that kills us. Greed only takes from our story, and it makes it matter less. It makes it matter less. That's the scariest part of all. Love adds so much value to life, and greed just takes it away. And we need not have that greed in our lives. We have hit a point. We have made that progress where now is the best time to be alive. We all say that. We all know it's true. But we don't put into practice the things that make it most true. We are afforded now more so than at any point in history to love. We have the technology that can solve so many of the issues of the past that made getting our sustenance so difficult. That we can love, and that we can love. We must love. That is the way forward, my fellow Americans. We must show it can be done. We solve our problems in it, and that we're strong. That we realize love makes concessions, and that we get there in one piece and we're stronger for it. We need strong leadership. We need leadership we can trust. And we need somebody from the bottom that can be pure and through that hell and remain clean as they go up and they take on the challenges of our country. It's not about being better than anybody. It's about each one of us doing our very best for each other. That's what love does. We have to be with that, and we have to be willing to have that play out in our lives and work for us. That's the gift. That's what works. That is in our humanity. That is within our human essence. It's within our makeup. It is the strongest force I contend. And when you are fighting against greed, to which I was so nobly reminded by supporters, they told me it is a human condition. You have to fight it with a human condition. We have that human condition. That human condition is love. The most powerful human condition in the world, love. And we fail to use it. Why? I mean, are we blind? I do think so. We have a blind of biases and truth and hate. Think about it. When it comes to truth and it comes to falsehoods and lies, most people like to live in their lies. They accept them because they figure everybody else accepts theirs. And it's a deal you make on the inside. You never consciously decide that. Trust me, it's just a lot of things together that add that. Just, you get a free get out of jail free card, okay? It's just part of growing. We evolve, but we have to evolve. If we don't evolve, then we don't get to go anywhere special. And this life matters. Folks, you matter. Don't make yourself matter less by not doing that hard work, by not getting motivated, by saying we can't do it, by being Debbie Downers. Jeez, come on. You know better. It starts with believing. That's why we have to have a president who believes. Oh, I believe. I'm not worried about what somebody who doesn't believe thinks. To me, I understand where they are. They're in a hopeless place. That hopeless place likes to see more hopelessness, because anybody who's not in that same hopelessness is not dreading that same reality as they are. And instead they have something so much more special that they have to give out, but most people can't gift it because they can't give the information that shows it. But that is where your happy healer and then change. That is where the split divides, because I come at you with the most powerful ingredient of all. I come at you with truth mixed together with love. 2 ingredients really. And to me, they're the power of God. It's the power of God. And that every other path that these guys have, it takes us down a path of war. That's unacceptable for our children. It's unacceptable for our future. And it's each and every one of these guys. They don't bring us unity in that we have war coming our way. China's getting prepared for the new world while we are fighting our civil war. Think about that. I'm very concerned about that. I bring it up often because it is a real concern and nobody talks about it. While they control the narrative, I talk about what matters. We can do it. I know we can. We can beat that ugly bastard of hate. I know we can. I've seen it in the hearts of the people who are most hateful in my reality. I've seen it. And those people, they love! We all love! Somebody's credit worthiness in this life, it's based on their ability to pay back. It's based on how well their credit worthiness is if they say they can pay you back, and it's based on a contract. It's not based on the moral living that we see around us, is it? Otherwise, people would constantly be getting themselves in debt to try and help solve other problems. But what about the people that do that? They don't have all that great credit, do they? Remember, love don't pay so well in America. I say it all the time because it's true, and you know it's true. It's sad that it's true, and we have to do something about it because some of our very best people there are dying on the streets, and we have to recognize that fact. So these people, they have the worst, that they look like on paper that they are scum, and that's how they are treated, but yet they are the ones who gave themselves out. All the way. They didn't keep any self of them part left back. They gave all of them. And for the guy and the gal, I say that's responsible, that has great credit, but guess what? In Nazis' terms, those were the guys who were able to pull the trigger oftentimes too. Think about that. The people who follow those rules so perfectly, and yet love would bind all of us in a better world. Right now, our best people, they're dying, and we're leaving our world to the greedy people, and they're destroying it even more. At the end of that is the end of the world. Love loses. Love is life. Think about that. Love. That's why I do it so much. It's life. That's how come I've saved lives, because love gives life. Maybe at 40 it's why I shine. People say, you wear makeup? I say, I don't wear makeup. You can look closely, I don't wear makeup. I just wear love, and I really wear it well, and I do it because I know it's right. And I'm a dork in it. It doesn't matter. It's always right. I'm a dork in it. It doesn't matter. I'm always right when I love. And you would be too. 'Cause I'm falling in love with you. I said love. So it's okay. Yes, we have hell approaching us every day. It doesn't matter whether it's in the form of a hurricane or just a normal hell we bring upon ourselves. It's so much less greater than if we were to live our lives with the love I know we could. Please follow me on that journey. Please trust your happy healer to allow us to go on that journey, in that the love that gives back is many, 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 many more times than the hate that is right now. And I want to talk about something else. Recently, I was reading up on the GDP. That is your gross domestic national product here in the United States and the various countries throughout. Yeah, I've went to college. I've taken some of these classes. Let me tell you what the most important thing in this, folks, is our GDP versus our debt. Our debt to GDP ratio, it means something. And when we raise the value in the human spectrum and we get folks that $5,000 monthly income, that will raise the GDP. It will raise this economy, and you better believe it'll raise the debt as well, but that's just fine, because we're also, aside from that, we're going to print money, and that'll also help cure some of our overvaluing of the dollar that many people are saying, and Trump included, saying that it's overvalued. We do better and more competitively around the world. We need to get this country to work, and I have a plan to do that, and it's grounded in reality. I have the unity to get it done, and I have the vision, and we create value and love, and and we love and we know how to love, and that we create value in the very spirit, the human spectre that is the American spirit. We rise that spirit. We know that there's love there to be had. We take that love, we live and love, and we live together and build a family in this American family, and then that is a loving American family we just don't have today. We have to love, and it's the only way. And we know that with our increased debt that we'll get from taking care of our folks, we'll have a further increased GDP. The gross domestic product that is produced by our country will be greater when we enter into the super consumer age, and the American consumer is that consumer. It's so obvious. And love is what opens your eyes. And love is what instills that value into the human spirit. And that's the kind of leadership we need, that marries our current reality with our inner reality and sees the future for what it is based on the past of what it was, and can make solid, sound plans based in that solid reality that work. By golly, can the people be given such a leader in these times? Is that okay? Or do we have to take the same old worn out politicians who only pretend to be perfect and we later find out they are so imperfect, so full of corruption, and that the only thing perfect about them was their ability to lie perfectly? And this was your perfect candidate. And you're willing to sell out love for that. You know, there's a lot of things I say to a lot of people, it triggers them. They're so egocentric. They can't see the truth because they can't even take it from their happy healer. They say, you're not worthy. Give me a condescending candidate to tell me, please. They'll tell me that lie I want to hear. But that doesn't serve you, says your happy healer. That doesn't serve you. It doesn't make you better. That's why the truth serves you better. That lie never serves you. It just makes it impossible for you to deal with the very truth in all of our lives that has the hope and the possibility to change and to make things possible in our lives that before was not possible. That's almost like magic. It creates life, and that's exactly what love does best. It creates where there is nothing before. And it's a free creation, and it was a choice. So how is that not within our realm to do? I ask you, and I will ask all the candidates when you put me on the debate stage, why is it that they are not working for this? And we need, my fellow Americans, a great age of redemption. This greed has not left anybody untouched. And so when my own friends can't be pure enough to see past the greed that makes their vision so occupied with wrong thoughts and hell that helps make hell real for all of us, I say, how then can our leaders be pure? They cannot be. But that's fine. We all just work to get better and to be better and to evolve better and to love better. I am not perfect. I come to you broken. I tell you that. But that I love, and that I get it, and that I've been there, and that you can respect that. And I ask you to, out of love, to respect that. And I trust you will. And for those of you that can't, well, then you can't even respect yourself. So I'll respect and love myself to not let you, no matter what, break the veil that is the love I have for myself. And while I do that, I remain strong to stay in the fight and visible and intent to the words that is that fight for us, the American people, to show the love that never ceases, never dismisses. It is always present, ever there. That love It's so powerful, and it goes nowhere. It stays longest, and it completes. It's a finishing force. And so your happy healer, he is on a mission. It is a charge to keep, and we will keep that charge and follow all the way through because we use the power of love. That is why we have been here for so long saying the right things. That is why we get better as we go, and we will continue to get better. We are not near what we can do. We have a whole family of Americans to draw upon, and we need to in order to deal with the problems of our time in a serious way that actually has hope to serve our people. So therefore we will. That is where my campaign is coming from. I hope you get involved in my campaign. You go to HappyHealerForPresident.com and you sign up for that newsletter. You donate. You get involved. You knock on doors, you share the message of hope, of love, and you get people coming to the site, and you ultimately build this message. If you need so, you go to the Landi Mantic's Brands of Passions. You realize these Brands of Passions build in us a group of people who care with all of our heart, and we go forward. Amen to that. God bless you all. I shall see you soon. We'll be right back here on your HappyHealerForPresident.com network and this candidacy. Take care.